Yep, and I haven't played the Xbox 360 all that much because, I mean, there's been dozens and dozens of videos floating around with the red rings of death. I think hasn't happened to you, but I was like, when I heard a lot about it, I mean, I was just saying, well, should I just continue playing? Well, right now I might. Right now I still have the Xbox 360. Or even I haven't showed it, but if I get the red rings of death once, I'm just, well, screw Microsoft.
Another thing too about the 360 as well, knowing we're talking about the PS3, the 360 more or less, if you want to play watered down versions of the games for the PS3 and the PC, then shoot, just go ahead and play your 360. I mean, shoot, it's not like how should I put this? As far as it's not like Batman Arkham Asylum. It's basically the same game, except you're playing as the Joker for the PS3. And from what I understand, it's better gameplay too on the PS3 versus the 360. Because I remember playing it on my 360, and yeah, it's still a good game and everything. It's just watered down for the simple fact that you can't play as the Joker, which is just bullcrap. So,
and I wonder how many percentage with your. You said before your Xbox 360's backwards compatibility has been chopped down when you update your console.
right. Basically, another thing too is Microsoft, as far as the backwards compatibility is concerned. It seems like the only games that you can be able to play, as far as the new updated system is concerned, anytime you update your console from your 360, the backwards compatibility list has to drop, which means you have to waste about $40 or $50 just to buy an original Xbox, which in some cases it's kind of like the PS3 in some cases, where you have to play your PS2 games in order to play on your PS3. It doesn't really make any sense. But the thing about it is that with your 360, you can play your Halo games, and you can play pretty much anything that was made by Sega, except for like Toe Jam and Earl 3, which I don't know why they would even do such a thing. And you could play like Conker's Live and Reloaded, and anything else that said Microsoft, let's see, are only available on Xbox or some crap like that. Yeah, it's something I don't even understand. And I would imagine if Halo 1 or 2 was deleted off the backwards compatibility list, it would probably piss off a lot of Halo fanboys. So, yeah.
It's like, and like, it's like on top of that, like, what's the size of the Xbox original? It's like you had to buy a whole tank in order for you to play originals again.
Exactly.
I mean, it's worse than having to deal with backwards compatibility in the PS2. At least the PS2 Slim is small, but you still have to. You still need another plug and a switch box in order to play your PS2 games. And it's like, I mean, I don't understand. And like,
right. Go ahead.
So on top of that, and plus at least on the 60 gigabyte, you can still have access to great games like Mortal Kombat, Final Fantasy, Odin Sphere, God of War, and like that. Because the reason why I value backwards compatibility is because the PS2 had a great 10-year lifespan. It was a great system, and it had spawned these great games, and I still like to enjoy it today. And it's like, what is the point of them saying, well, we play PS3 to play PS3 games?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. But more or less, I mean, I still want a PS3 anyhow. I mean, I don't want the Slims because, like I said, they're about as bad as, like, trying to buy a new Toyota. It's going to be defective, and it's going to suck. because you'll have to get like your PS3 to be fixed. More or less, I want to play Little Big Planet. I seen gameplay footage of it, and I want to play Little Big Planet. I want to play Killzone 2. I want to play some of these games that the PS3 offers that the 360 doesn't. Which I'm going to say right now, the PS3's library, as far as it's comparing to 360, at least it doesn't have 70% of friggin' shooters. That's what I'm going to say right now. At least it has a somewhat a variety of games, like the Wii does in some cases, minus the shuffleware. So yeah, more or less, I want to get either a 60 gig or an 80 gig PS3, and if the PS3 can at least let me play the PS1 games, then we'll be good to go. That's all I care about, more or less. So
yeah, the PS1 has a great library as well. Final Fantasy VII, Xenogears, Tekken, and that's just like to name a few.
Also, Parappa the Rapper 1 and 2. Let's see here, what else? The Point Blank games are also good, but yeah, I can't wait to get my hands on a PS3. That's all I gotta say. As far as the fat models are concerned. So
I'm glad you take it up, because you're more smarter than the average gamer who just or I'd pick a PS3 Slim because of a couple of games about, because basically if my PS3 breaks down, like I said, I'm not gonna get a Slim. I mean, that's the last option I'm gonna get in here. Because my PS3 breaks down, I have like my options right now. It's just either repair the system, repair the system, because it's way out of warranty, and thank goodness my PS3 66 gigabyte still works.
yeah, exactly. Because I mean, I wouldn't take my PS3 if I did indeed have still one of those 60 gig PS3s. I mean, if I had one with the yellow light death, either I would have to either try to get one from the local pawn shop, which, by God, I hope that it doesn't have the yellow light of death, or I have to fix it, because the ones from the pawn shop, you can easily get a good deal for them, like $200, $250, but still, that's a bit much just to get a system, because, like I said, getting a new Wii or a 360, it costs less than getting, like, a PS3 60 gigabyte. So
yeah, it's like another thing about I went through eBay and people are selling them for $5. I actually saw a couple of them for new for like $1,500, because to my vision, people are going. People are going there to getting them because they know the Slim. That they know something about the Slim and how you can't play PS2 games, and so we've seen people go on eBay, spending all their, like, going to great lengths to get the 60 gigabyte because they can still play their beloved PS2 games. And these are long-time PlayStation fans.
exactly. I mean, I started having a PS1 when I was like 13. This was like back in 2001. I got it for Christmas, and pretty much I'm not necessarily that big of a fan of Sony, but let me just say that I'm just ready to get a PS3 right now. I'm ready to play all the great games on it, and yeah, I know I'm repeating myself, but I'm just ready for it. So
yeah, and I mean, it just strikes my mind why Sony decides, like John Collar decides to say, people buy PS3 because of this and that. It's like a bad excuse to dump backwards compatibility. No wonder why the prices of 60 gigs are like so high on the eBay, because there's like a lot of demand for it now. Yeah,
from what I understand, also, this is more or less a rumor, but from what I understand, the 360 and the PS3, they're trying to improve their backwards compatibility list for the last gen consoles, but I seriously doubt that's going to happen. Microsoft, like I said before, they got their heads so far up their butts, it's not even funny. Because they're so worried about getting money as far as uh, their big corporation is concerned that it's not even funny. As far as getting like bonuses for their their big name employees and CEOs and so forth. And Sony, I think, is about the same thing. But I mean, who knows? They might put backwards compatibility lists as far as updating it and making it better, maybe later on this year or next year. But I highly doubt it. More or less, I think they're going to continue on with the PS2 and for at least another year. And by me saying that, that is just bull crap. If that's the only way that Sony's going to make money, then I suggest they just quit.